That's right, that's right. Today's the day where we're acting crazy. Things are a mess. We're a mess. The day is a mess. It's a fantastic day. We're loading up some music, getting things right. You want to see some Couch Doodles view? This is what we're looking at. This is what we're looking at. We're loading things up. Even the computer's acting crazy. But we're okay with that. Let's get some music going. Yo, what is happening? What is up? The dudes. It is the 28th of October, 2019. It's a Monday. If I seem a little crazy, I have plenty reason. Plenty reason to be a little crazy. It's been a long day. I've been up for a long time, since early. Working on He-Man. Working on Doom Patrol. Drawing until my fingers hurt. Drawing until my eyes hurt. Hopefully we got to see you this weekend. If you watched some of the stream, we were in the Room of Doom. We were also in Nashua, New Hampshire, doing a live stream, but the internet connection at the hotel was garbage. We managed to salvage some of the footage, put it up as the rap performance. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was a lot of fun. Got to hang out with a lot of cool folks. Got to hang out with Mike. I got to hang out with Rooster Puncher, my dude. What a good time. Got to hang out with Christian Miller. Want to pull up, show you what it looks like when I pull up you guys on this. See, this is an old school iPad. Look how old this is. This is a G2, but it does good things, man. We can go in. You're probably going to see a lot of Yo Gabba Gabba or things like that in here, because that's basically what my kids watch, like just tons of that stuff. So Pokemon and Yo Gabba Gabba, they jack my phone, and they make it kooky town. Here we are. This is us. This is us right here. This is how I see you guys. But it does good things, man. See, this is how far we are behind. We're gonna see. That's us looking at that. So now let's go back here. Let's see who's in the chat window. What up, Andrew J? Fragaboom t-shirt. That is a great question, and I'll give you the most simple answer. Couchdoodles.com. All you gotta do is go there. They're there in a few colors. You can just order one up and get them. That's how I get them. I go through a place in England. So my store, you give them the order. It goes to England. They make the shirt. They take their charge. They give me what's left over. So I make a little, they make a little, and it's a fun little deal. But you go to couchdoodles.com and you got all kinds of colored options. Jason, you were first. My dude, really loving what you're posting, man. You were not only an amazing sculptor, but your illustration, I mean, I saw it in the comic book work, but your illustration work is humbling, man. It's so good. You guys, if you get a chance, check him out on Facebook, and if you got any other places to look, man, you got to see Jason's work. Let's see. Best Dad just called me to talk more about the coins. We definitely need to talk about the coins, guys. Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. Zooming in. Talked with Rooster Puncher, a.k.a. Spencer, my man. We talked about coins. We saw some other coins out there, but there's always been a coin in the Black Flag mix, because, not giving any spoilers, there's a very important coin. And if anybody has ever read the Black Flag series, hint, 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 if you've ever read the Black Flag series, at the end of Black Flag 4, Hellfire, aka the devil, gets a hold of something called the Gulkin coin. What is the Gulkin coin? Well, the Gulkin coin, as far as it relates to this conversation, is an item that I'm looking to get priced out and include as part of the Black Flag package. it's gonna be a fun thing. So we're looking into options, and Rooster Puncher and I had some good talks about it yesterday. In fact, yesterday morning before I caught my flight. Some of you guys caught it on the tail end when I got to the airport. Sorry about yesterday not having a stream. Just got in late, and by the time I got home, I crashed hard. But I woke up early this morning. I got tons of work done on He-Man, tons of work done on Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol is gonna be awesome. He-Man's gonna be awesome. Let's see what else. Let's see what else we got. What up, TMC? Bang bang, happy Monday. What up, Mike Milton? Good to see you, Mr. Milton. Straight out of Denver. That's my guy. You guys ever need any like color, flat work, or anything like that, you talk to Mr. Milton. He's simply the best, and he's very fast, very efficient, very accurate. Salute. Hilarious fighting. I already know Christian and Randy. Yeah, that was weird, man. So I introduced Rooster Puncher to my buddies Christian and Randy, and of course this is one of the things that I find crazy about whenever I go up north to like Jersey, Boston, New Hampshire, Philly, is just how sort of close everything is. So everybody knows everybody. So when Rooster Puncher was there, he's like, I bought comics from you at Granite Con. I'm like, oh shit. It's so crazy. And also, the other thing that was weird was Sean Gordon Murphy was at that party. He wasn't a guest of the show, but he was at the party, and he was wearing his cool jacket and his cool hat, and he was just chilling. It was just weird. Like, oh, there goes dude. You know? Very cool. I like that. He said once the coin is minted. What up, Mr. Green? Chauncey? How are you, sir? Streamception. Let's see. What up? Okay. Boom, boom. Oh, thank you, Jason. That, I'll just tell you, I was very nervous because I hadn't done it in 20 years. And it's different. Like when I'm in my car, or even in this room right now, like if I had to do this in like on a stage, it'd be different, you know? Like I remember 2 years ago, there was a amazing con in Las Vegas, and we, being Rob Liefeld, Jeff Matsuda, Murat Michaels, and myself, we had to talk in front of like 500 people, and I have no problem talking to a camera because you don't see the crowd. And I'll tell you something, man. I believe in a lot of metaphysics, not in the weird like there's ghosts and things like that, but I believe that there are energies that we don't see. So when you're in front of a crowd, I know I have friends that perform as musicians and do world tours, and they talk about a high that they get from being in front of a crowd. I understand what they're talking about because there's this energy, but that also brings like anxiety. And I remember even in Nashua, as small as that party was, and as few as people that were there, relatively speaking, when I was talking to the bass guitarist, he's like, you excited to be going up? I said, yeah, man, I haven't done this in 20 years. He goes, you're not going to get sick on me, right? I was like, I'm not going to get sick on you. He's like, do you have stage fright? I said, man, maybe a pinch, because it's been so long. But I know, like, probably up until the second I started my verse, I didn't know what was going to happen. And then I had fun. I had a lot of fun. The energy was good. Got it done. The strange thing is that the people that liked it the most were like the older crowd, like the 50 pluses. So maybe I reminded them of their childhood. I don't know. But it was a good time. And I hope to eventually, when things get going, like for example, Black Flag. I think about music a lot because it's I don't know if it's my first or second passion. I don't know if I was a musician that became a comic artist, or I was a comic artist that longs for music. I don't know which one came first, but I really love music. And I love the creation of music. I love everything about it in the same way I love comics. So what I'm thinking about doing is making taking some of this music that you guys hear during the show and putting lyrics to it, but making them Black Flag related and making like a soundtrack maybe. I don't know. So maybe you guys can let me know if that'd be a cool thing. I have no idea if it would be. Let's see. Yeah, Billy Tucci was in the house. I got to talk to him, hang out with him. The opportunity did not present itself to get my camera out. And you go with instinct. Like if if it felt right, I would have just got the camera in their faces. Palmiotti was there, Amanda Connor was there, Frank Thierry was there. We had a good time. We got to talk a bit, got to chat a bit, throw some stories, throw some ideas and vibes back and forth. But there was never the opportunity to get the camera in there. But I did ask them, can I eventually interview you? And everybody was good with it. So we're good there. I talked to Frank Thierry about maybe writing some stuff in the I don't even know what to call it. Oh, I want to tell you guys something. I don't know how to show it to you, but I have really great news on the Black Flag front. So I was able to get a hold of Rob Liefeld, and I asked him, I said, hey man, what's up with the Maximum Press label? Is it dead? Can I use it? I'd like to really put it on Black Flag to really just kind of tie everything in. And with some other stuff I can't mention, he said, yes, do it. So we're probably going to do it, Let's read some more comments. I have some more news. What up, Chris? How are you, sir? What up, Andre? Good to see you, my friend. Can't wait till you come over again. You said older crowd, like you weren't pushing up on that age bracket. D. Touche, man. You're right. But I'm talking like at least 10 years older than me. But you're right. I'm pushing. You're right. Oh, that hurts. It's the gray hair and the beard. I'll tell you a funny story about gray hair and the beard real quick. So, a buddy of mine, he'll go unnamed, met him for the first time at a convention in Dallas, and we're talking. And it comes upon the topic of that he's 56 years old. And I'm like, yo, ho, bro. You can't be 56. How the fuck are you 56? You look like you're my age, man. And he's like, good living and just for men. I was like, what? Just for men? So he's like, yeah, man, I got gray in my beard. And whenever I have gray in my beard, I look my age. But when I take the gray out, I look much younger. I was like, oh, shit. Okay, cool. I'm going to try that, right? So I tried it, right? And I put a dabadoo, and I was like, oh shit, this fucking looks good. Like, it looks legit, and I look fine. This is when I was working at Mattel, and the boss of bosses, like the head of my department, he's the boss of all the producer, like the boss of all of content creation. I have a meeting with him, and we're talking about some development shit. And first thing he says when I sit down in his office is he says, are you using Just for Men? So I was like, yeah, man, that obvious? He's like, yeah, I mean, it looks good, but yeah, you're using it. I was like, okay, cool, I'm done. I'm not using it again. So that's that story. Okay, let's jump in. Thierry is hilarious. It's cool to meet him. Yeah, he was a funny dude. Are you talking about making a soundtrack go along with reading the Black Flag like a movie soundtrack? Yeah, man. Or like, for example, take the Black Panther soundtrack, right? There are songs that are in the movie that go along with the scene, but there's also songs that are vibe, right? So this will be a song about vibe. Like, I'm not gonna be like super literal, like I'm Rascal, I'm an alien from another planet. Could you plan it? I can't stand it. Oh man, can you man it? Man it up. Grab your gun. Let's go have a mission. Like, I'm not gonna do like that kind of thing. It's gonna be more about a vibe of things and comic related. And I thought about that. Like, some of my favorite rap of all time, favorite raps of all time are storytelling raps. You know, like Slick Rick, Will Smith, KRS-One. Like, when they're talking about something that happened, an event that happened, and sometimes it's not even real. You know, Snoop Dogg did it. Like, I like storytelling in the rap format. So I realized, like, of course I'm not from the hood. You know, I say that in Black Flag. I say I'm a kid from the farm. No, I'm not from the hood. Because I grew up with, like I said before, and I've said it on Twitter today, I grew up feeding chickens and stuff like that. So I don't know about that part of things, but I have an imagination, and that's what I want to put in the songs. Let's see. The flagship. I like that, man. The flagship. That's a good thing. Hey D, welcome to the party. Maximum Press is alive. He did have Awesome, but I think Awesome is something else. But Black Flag came out from Maximum Press. Only one issue came out from Image, just one. And that one issue was the black and white preview edition where Todd McFarlane had inked the cover, and the entire thing was black and white. So just one issue, and then the other 5 issues, issue 1, which was colored and had supplemental pages, all of that, plus issue 2, 3, 4, and 0 all came out through Maximum Press. The luggage under my eyes reveals my age. Yeah. Paint some hair on like LeBron. Yo, so like I don't care. Like, I started losing my hair when I was 21, and I cared for like maybe 5 or 6 years because I was like, this is supposed to happen to someone in their 30s or 40s, not when you're 21. I'm in my prime, and I was a pretty MF. You know what I mean? Like, I look like a new kid on the block, and Vanilla Ice all slapped together. You know, the right stuff, too cold. That's how it was, and then I lost my hair real soon, so I had a beef with it. I don't care anymore. Like, I really don't. Skull Diamond 94, what up, man? Any plans reviving Black Flag, and what makes a great business plan for artists? Skull Diamond, are you Chauncey Blakely under a different name? Because that was a fantastic question. Yes, Black Flag. Let's just go with LL Cool J's thing and say, don't call it a comeback. Black Flag is alive and well and is coming back in 2020. The story is written. It is currently being manifested while I work on a few TV shows and work on He-Man. Black Flag is coming back. This is the place to find all the news. Here, Twitter, Instagram, and even Facebook. You just search Couch Doodles. It's the same across the board. I even have a Twitch channel called Couch Doodles, but I don't go on Twitch because I don't play video games. I know Jim Lee does. He does and he doesn't. But I don't mess with Twitch. I just haven't messed with it yet. If you guys find a reason for me to mess with Twitch, I'll mess with Twitch. But I don't know the reason. But Black Flag is coming back. To answer your question about a business plan for artists, yes, absolutely. Here it is. Don't get caught up in your feelings. That's number one. Okay? Don't get caught up in your feelings. Understand if what there's my ex-father-in-law used to have an acronym. He had a ranch in Northern California, nice piece of land, very inspiring. I'd like one like that one day. It was very inspiring. And above when you drive in, it said FTN. The first time I asked him, I said, "What does FTN mean?" And he said to me, "FTN means fuck the Navy." Like, okay. And I left it alone, but I was like, I don't buy that because, like, why would you put that in iron above your house? Like, oh, you're so so against the Navy that you're gonna put that on your house. Doubtful, because if you hated it that much, you wouldn't have a reminder. So, but see, he was an inventor. This guy, my old ex-father-in-law, he's an inventor. He invented. You probably find it now, like the world's best-selling gopher trap. He invented that thing. He used to be an auto mechanic, and he invented that. And what FTN really means, and I got it out of him, was foresee the need. Foresee the need. There is a need out there. What is it? How can I fulfill it? Right? And does it align with being truthful? Because I'll tell you what, number one at being a great artist and having an artistic plan is being truthful. Because if you're not telling the truth, and I'm speaking from experience right now, if you're not telling the truth, only dissension can happen. It'll eat you up, whether you know it or not. And I know this as a fact because when I was younger, when I deviated from my original truthful path of the things I wanted to do and I started style chasing, all I was met with was fraught with frustration. So you got to make sure that whatever that need you're fulfilling aligns with your truth. My truth is I like to draw exciting shit, right? I like to, if you saw my post today, I'll show you one of my posts today. I posted this, right? Somebody on Twitter today asked me, what's this from? What is it from? And my answer was quite simply, it's from nothing. It's literally from nothing. Why? Because I felt like drawing it. And then he asked me if I was bored, and I said, no. I was raised on a chicken farm, and my father used to have an instant response to that idea of you saying, I'm bored. It would be, put that boy to work. And he would put us to work. No, what it is it's I'm compelled to get what's in my head out. And a lot of what's inside my head is crazy shit. I love gorillas. I love big guns. I love bullet shells. I love rips, tears. I like exciting, dynamic comic books. I like beautiful women. I like technology. I like manga. I like aliens. I like I think like my favorite thing is I like when kids were in comics. I like Power Pack. I like when the X Babies were around. I like that. So Black Flag is literally what I love. Okay. I also foresee a need out there, that FTN. Foresee the need, right? You foresee the need. Comics desperately needs comics. They don't need movies on paper. They don't need literature on paper. They need comics. I'm your fucking guy. So that's the business plan for me. So what I say for you is foresee the need, find your truth, fulfill that need. Go forward with it and use the tools that are at your disposal. Don't ever say, what if? Don't ever say, what if? What if I waited this, or only if I had this amount of time? It says my stream went down. Clapper hooked up with a Wi-Fi. That's funny. Is it dead? I'm getting texts saying it's dead. Let me see. Never mind, it's back. See that? And of course my wife is texting me too. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Here we go. Now my whole brain is derailed. There we go. There we go. Dan forgot he had a clapper hooked up. I know, it's like when I clap. What up, Ethan? How are you, sir? It's good to see you, my friend. Haha. See that? That was karma. See how my phone dinged? That was my man Ethan, and I did that to him 3 times today during his live stream. I didn't realize your phone was right there next to your thing until the second time. I'm that dense. I was like, ding. Like, I was like, he's getting a text from someone, not me. You know, like that's how dense I felt. But we had a great conversation today, Ethan and I did. And a lot of the content of the conversation is distilled down to, am I Comicsgate? Do I qualify? Do I represent? And the thing is after talking to Ethan, I know that there's a lot of things that I do align with regarding Comicsgate. There's so much that I don't know if I do or not. Like, you know, I told you I'm not a big fan of the infighting. It's fun for me to watch as a spectator and see, like, you know, the stuff on Twitter and all this, because there's a narrative, and like, we all love story, right? We love story. And here's the thing, like, I'll show you. Let's go to my spinner rack right now. Let's do that. I'm gonna show you something. We're gonna go to the old Fragaboom spinner rack right now. I'm gonna show you some things that I came up on too at that Nashua show. But obviously, I got my Cyber Frog here. You know why? Because it represents what I love about comics. I love Ethan. I love what he makes. I love the quality of this, and I love the fact that he said it would happen, and it happened. It's in my hands. Like, a lot of people talk a lot of stuff, and it doesn't come to fruition. So I like that. I like that a lot. Another comic I have on my rack, you guys need to get this. This is Voidwalker by my man Rooster Puncher. He's in our chat room right now. This dude, solid dude. That's why it's up in the rack, because he's representing. This represents, right? Let's show you some other stuff I picked up. And I gotta thank Christian Miller for this. A full Todd McFarlane run of adjective-less Spider-Man, which I have, but again, I haven't unpacked my boxes. And look at this. These are sets. All of Profit right here. Issue 2 of Amazing Heroes, the second part of the Todd McFarlane interview. As you guys know, I'm slightly, I wouldn't use the word obsessed, because I both love the man and think he's a funny dude at the same time. And when I say funny dude, you know what I mean. Here's another one. This is a comic that I feel is underdeveloped and underutilized. Blood Wolf. What a fucking awesome comic Blood Wolf is. So that's a complete set. Here's another one I got. Some old school Frazetta. That's solid stuff. My man, here we go, Joe Quesada. Some Sword of Azrael. I like Joe Quesada, but I like Kevin Nolan more. And he inked this. Here's something that you guys might find to be a hilarious hoot. Biographics, the unauthorized birth of Image comics. It's a comic about the birth of Image. Solid 6 issues of Ronin. All 6 first print. I have the trade, but I needed that bad. Grip of Batman Black and White. All of the Jim Lee X-Men cards in one deal. And this is some of my history here. This is Image, Art of Wildstorm, Art of Extreme, a big Image set. So I got hooked up on those things, man. Let's see. I'm getting texts again. Let's see what's happening. Let's see what's happening, because I don't know. Oh, it just keeps going. All right, let's see what's going on in the chats right now. Yo, Michael, how are you, man? It's good to see you on here. Hands of Sin on Instagram. I'm really loving your posts lately, dude. I miss you. I'm glad we got to see each other in Cali, but dang, man, I'm glad to see you here. Thank you very much for showing up. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, Rooster Puncher, I can now call you and derail. Yes, it's true. Are you gonna go on Drawing Fire with Ethan and John Malin? I don't know what Drawing Fire is, but I would gladly draw with Ethan. I don't know John at all. I know he did Jawbreakers. I know he did some stuff with Liefeld. I am, what do they say? Ignorance is bliss, and I have blisters. That's all I know. So, gladly. And if it's a competition show, I'm going to bring my best. I'll bring my heavy nuts. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I don't know why he goes right to inks. It's sorcery. What up, heretic? I'll tell you how I go to inks, man. I have this system called the free flow drawing system, and the way the system was developed was in late 2012. I saw this Korean master named Kim Jung-gi. Jung-gi, as you know, you've probably seen him if you go to Super Annie on YouTube, can do this. He draws without any pencil layouts. So I went through a series of I don't know what you call it, denial, trying to figure out reasons, like he must be penciling light, maybe it's he's erasing it and they play it backwards, like just everything that you could go through. And I realized, nah, the dude's the real deal. And then I said to me, in the mirror even, you, Shimon, like Michael Jackson, man in the mirror, why can't you do this? You've been drawing comics for 20 years. What's your problem, man? Why can't you do this? And I broke it down into several reasons why I believed I couldn't. Not enough visual vocabulary. I couldn't hold an image in my mind long enough to capture it. What I see and what I draw aren't the same thing, and I'm too married to the outcome, and it gives me nerves. It makes me tighten up, makes my little winky wince, you know what I'm saying? So what I did is I systematically went through each of those things and said, okay, visual vocabulary, how can I accumulate what I see in an efficient way where when I look at something, I'm absorbing it and sort of memorizing it, whether it's a picture, whether it's an environment that I'm in. I'm actually like gathering things like Johnny Five Alive from Short Circuit. Oh, this is that perspective. That looks like this. Oh, this is made out of this. And then I also, anyway, it's called the free flow drawing system. So, and then the other thing was holding things in my mind. I figured out how to hack my mind to make the pictures in my mind clearer. I learned how to calibrate what I see, both with my eye and my and my imagination to come out in my hand. And then the married to results thing, I worked that out by sketching in a pen. So I have an episode, don't look at it now because we're live, but I have an episode about it called How to Get What's in Your Head Out. And if you search my channel, you can find it where I talk about it a little more in depth. And eventually I'll make a video that will cover all of it in a more in-depth way. Let's see, man, I gotta see if I should wear yet. I still haven't got my CF. Cyberfrog. Yeah, the social aspect. That McFarlane Spider-Man is sexy. Yeah, Todd's awesome. That permed hair is funny. I think that's his real hair though, man. I don't think it was a perm. What is in the glass? This is my man Harrison. Anybody that knows Harrison, you guys know Harrison, right? Let's give you a little Harrison love right now.
Hi, I'm Pikachu. Let me do something. Shake, shake my booty, booty. 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 Like that. Pikachu.
That's Harrison. So this is his glass. Harrison loves penguins, right? And this glass belongs to Harrison. And I actually asked him permission to use it today. And it is holding the fine amber liquid known as bourbon whiskey. This bourbon whiskey is another one that went into another barrel. And this is simply Early Times. That's what it is. Early Times that's been aged for about 8 weeks. So it's nice and smooth, tasty. A little heavy too. You can probably tell I'm slightly loopy. Leg kick. I will definitely, if it's a competition, man, and Ethan invites me, man, I'm doing it. Where's the image swimsuit issue? Skull Diamond, I'm happy to help you out, man. Let's see, gotta dip out. Mr. Green, be well, sir. Thank you for coming through as always. My mind is gravy. It's dope to watch it in action. Dude, you can turn that gravy into nunchucks. Gravy nunchucks. Knock them out. Lake Kid. Yo, here's the thing, man. Ethan and I have known each other for a very long time. He is a professional of 26 or 27 years. I'm a professional of 28 years. I met him, we met each other when we were young, before the beards were gray. Even did a cover for Cyberfrog way back when. He's great, and he and I have always been friendly. You know, we both worked on Wolverine at the same time, under the same writer. We did the fill-ins together. We used to talk on a regular basis. So, you know, and we always talk, like whenever I talk to him, I talk about like some of the things that we align with, and some of the things that I'm not sure if we align with. You know, like, you know, I'll come with flowers, he'll come with a flamethrower. You know, like that's the difference. But we both want the house we're going to be chill. You know what I'm saying? Do we have any good questions in the house? Do we have any questions? Chauncey Blakely, I know you're here, man. You have any questions? And if I seem crazy, it's because I've been up since 5 a.m. and I have drawn, on Doom Patrol, I drew 56 panels. On He-Man, I drew 5. So in total today, I have drawn 61 panels since 5 a.m. I've had a reward whiskey already. This is number 2. So if I seem a little crazy, that's what it is. All right. Any questions? Anybody know what today's word of the day is? I don't know what it is. I know I missed a couple. I'm sad I missed dark, because I probably would have drawn either Dark Man, Darkwing Duck, Dark Knight, Dark Chocolate, something. Would have been great. Please work gravy nunchucks into tonight's piece. Well, what's the word today? That's the thing. Let's check. I'm gonna go check. We have the deal here. Let's see. Searching. Inktober 2019 prompts. Today is the 28th. Today is Ride. We missed Coat yesterday. We missed Dark the night before. We did Tasty from the Room of Doom. What do we have left? Injured, Catch, and Right. Injured would have been great for Gravy Nunchucks. Ride. I have one for Ride. I could incorporate the Gravy Nunchucks into Ride. I have one for Ride and incorporating Gravy Nunchucks. Let's see, what do we have? Oh shit, Gravy Nunchucks then. If today's word is nutting, then Gravy Nunchucks. What up, Rusty? Good to see you, man. Let's see, where are we at? We're at 39 minutes right now. Fantastic. If you guys have any beverages, any libations, whether it has sauce in it or if it's a sauced rib. My wife did a wonderful job cooking tonight. If you guys ever come to Alpharetta, Georgia, where I live, and you give me a heads up, I will give you an invite, but I need a heads up. You guys can always come over and have dinner. My wife is an incredible cook. Tonight she made pork ribs, barbecued zucchini, Parmesan pasta. I'm a lucky dude. She's amazing. But she, you know, like Thanksgiving, we're having Matt Yackey and Andre Kromoff and their lovely ladies over. If you guys are in the area, you guys can always come by for Thanksgiving. It's going to be a good time. Next place I'm going to be is going to be Knoxville, Tennessee on the 16th and 17th for a convention called Marble City Comic Con. The only time I've ever been to Tennessee is when we drove through Memphis on our move here. Got to see Sun Records, which was incredible. I had totally spaced out on that it was there, and when I drove by it, I literally was that car that stopped in the street. I couldn't believe it. Heretic, where are you, man? Are you in Georgia? Because, yes, I am in Alpharetta. Alpharetta is where I bees. I am here. Let's see. I'm going to show you some of my favorite, let's see. Let's do that. I'll do everything I missed in one piece. Let's do that. That's a great idea. Thank you for flagging it. Okay, so yesterday before I got on my plane, my buddy Christian took me to this bar that served food, but upstairs they happened to have a really great arcade. They had the classics. That's just one view. And then when you looked out their window, you saw this view. And then when I got home, I saw this view. It made me a happy dad. I'm a happy dad. I love my kids. And I'm going to bring up my man, Kyle Holtz. Kyle Holtz, he always proposes the best things. And he was saying today, can you post 3 of the comics that affected you? They may not be your most favorite comics, but they affected you the most. And I knew instantly what mine were. I would say number 1, the one that hit me first, was the Cloak and Dagger miniseries by Rick Leonardi and Terry Austin, written by Bill Mantlo. I don't know what it was. There was something about it that really struck a chord with me. Then the next one, of course, was this cover right here in 1986. Just that cover alone. I had the first one and I liked it. But this cover on number 2, it was so galvanizing. It burned itself into every fiber of my being. And then the other one is this issue of Hulk. Byrne happened to do about a five issue run. I think he went up to 319. Let's see, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 6 issue run. My bad. He did some excellent stuff while on the Hulk, and then that rocked my core too, because he drew stuff in a way that I'd never seen before. And this is all pre-McFarlane, pre-Liefeld, pre-Lee, pre-everything. Those 3 things were the ones that really hit me hard. I'm cooking Vince and Kayla when he comes up in 2 weeks. You're a good man. You're in Dallas over by... Wait, there's a Dallas in Georgia? I didn't know that. I know where Marietta is because that's where Dr. Nose is. That's one of the shops I love. Cliff, the owner, Cliff Biggers, who I've known for a long time. He has Comic Shop News. He's over there in Marietta. So if you haven't seen his shop, you gotta. Have I worked with Walden Wong? Leg kick. Yes. Walden and I worked together more than 20 years ago. It was for it was a Darkness Wizard. It was for the Wizard magazine, and it was a Darkness issue that was like medieval times, and that's what I remember. I mean, it was that long ago. But Walden, yeah, great guy. I mean, I follow him on Facebook, and I've caught some of his videos. Very, very informative. What up, Eric? How are you, man? Good to see you, sir. So let's jump in then. So the idea is dark coat ride, gravy nunchucks. Dark coat ride, gravy nunchucks. Okay. Let's quit, what do they call that? Dilly-dallying? Let's quit the dilly-dallying and get into that. That's what some of you are here for. You guys, let's do it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do put the notification bell on there, because we're going to be doing some live stuff very often. And so let me get this guy set up. Got these charged up. Wants my touch code ID. Boom, we're in. We're going in, turning on the screen. Let's add this in as an input. There we are with the iPad. Here we go. So the idea then is dark, coat, ride. Gravy nunchucks. Okay, let's see. What do we have? Do we want me to draw the outline first? I can do that if you'd like. All right. Oh yeah, the spider's web leg kick. I know spider's web. Kim Collie Myjack, and James Foster used to work there too. He's a awesome. I think it's jiu-jitsu he teaches, but dude, Washington State leg kick. Hold on, let me come back. Leg kick. I want to tell you how much I love Washington State. I used to spin. It says offline. That's weird. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it'll come back online. Oh, here we go. It's back. That's so weird. That's weird how it dropped out. Anyway, I love Washington State. I love Seattle especially. Tacoma, I believe. Where was Spider's Web? It wasn't in Tacoma. Puyallup. Wasn't it Puyallup? I think that's where it was. Excuse me. I feel like I'm catching a cold. Puyallup, Washington. That's where Spider's Web was. Anyway, I love that. I've been to that shop one time, and I love Seattle, especially. I used to spend summers up in Edmonds, right in Puget Sound. I would visit Bruce Lee's grave those summers when I would visit. I love Washington. Anyway, let's jump in. Let's jump in. Okay. So we were talking about the idea of ride, nunchucks, dark, and coat. So on ride, what I see in my mind's eye, let me big up this a little bit, is this shape like this. Okay. And then I see this here. And then I see this almost sort of symmetrical to that other side. I see this, 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 this. Let's see. This. That's what I see in my head. Okay. I know this looks like a bunch of gibberish to you guys, but literally that's what I see. And earlier we had the question about, like, I think it was Heretic that had said that what I did was sorcery, but it's not. I'm just saying I see. I gotta go shovel pasta in the old chewing port. Yo, bro. Jason, pasta is my favorite, man. Pasta is my fucking joint. Like, that was the thing. Like, if anybody ever, like, allergies and shit, I'd be like, okay, take seafood, take peanuts, take whatever. Don't take wheat, because I need my pasta, and don't take tomatoes, because I need my tomatoes. Pasta is the shit. All right. So you see what I'm doing, right? Do you see it? So he's on his ride. He's on his ride here. I'm going to do this. Do this. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do you see it yet? Man, leg kick, that would have been cool, man. I know the one you're talking about, Chauncey, where the gold ink comes out. I love that one. I thought the way he drew that gold ink squishing out was like champion. Nope. Close though. The shape's there though, right, Akuma? Very close. You guys know what happens when I get quiet. It's because I'm getting all in my head. Get in my head. See, this right here, this all comes back, like you say sorcery, but what I'm thinking about is I'm thinking about experiences I had. Like, the way I access this stuff, I'm not thinking about the drawing. I'm thinking about my childhood and how, like, back on Ironwood Drive in Martinez, there was a real big BMX craze, like having the number plate and having all that stuff. So I remember, like, the BMX grips, and I remember, like, the way the brakes would work. So I'm thinking about that, you know, and then now I'm thinking about, like, oh, if he had like if he's gonna be riding around on this thing, this guy that is not the Green Goblin, he would probably have some armor just in case he crashed, right? So then I'm thinking about, like, you know, plating on the armor. I'm thinking about the shape of how that arm goes back, but I'm also thinking about how this armor would go. And then when I zoom in and I get in there to look at that shape, I'm thinking about how that armor wraps around it. So then here I'm going to continue with that armor idea. So boom. Get even closer now that I have the landmarks in there. Am I self-taught? For the most part, yeah. I mean, I didn't go to art school. The other thing too is like in high school, my junior and senior year, I got really good grades. I got A's in every class except for art, and it was because I think my art teacher and I didn't get along, and it was mostly because I had other ideas of how things could be done. I'll straight up say this: one of the things I wish I had listened to her on a lot of stuff. I can say I definitely made some mistakes, and that a lot of the things that I should have been listening to, I should have been listening to. But at the end of the day, the things that I knew that would work for me did work for me. I just should have been listening to her too. I think we were both kind of maybe I don't know, offended with each other that the other person wasn't sort of acknowledging the other person's validity, and I basically shut her out because she wasn't listening to me, and maybe that's what happened. I don't know. You know, thinking about it now as a grown-ass man, that's probably what happened. But when you're a kid, you don't know. But yeah, I, for the most part, self-taught. I had a really wonderful grandfather that gave me a lot of books as a kid, and you know, they were really solid books, like Andrew Loomis's Figure Drawing for All It's Worth. What else? He gave me, he bought me How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way when I was a kid. So that was some of it. I mean, some of what I wish, and I've talked about this before. I've talked about, I had a storyboard artist, and she was born in 1990. Okay, so when she was working with me on this pilot, she was 22, and she had showed me her work in her portfolio. I mean, she was already hired, but she felt like she needed to bring in some other stuff, which was cool because I like to see like artistic growth, and you can kind of do a reverse calibration. But she had showed me her work, and there were a few paintings in there that were very competent, and I was like, oh man, these are really good. She's like, I did those when I was 16. I was like, man, that's fantastic. And in my head, I'm going, man, I would have died to have done a painting like that when I was 16. Given it was digital, I wouldn't even know what digital painting was when I was 16, because I was 16 in 1989. That's when I met Rob Liefeld, 30 years ago almost. But anyhow, getting back to the point, I'm looking at her stuff, and she's like, I did this when I was 16. I was like, man, how did you learn how to paint this good when you were 16? She's like, YouTube. It's like, right. You're 22. Like I didn't think about it. It was just more of like equating the age and everything. So the kids today, just people learning today, have YouTube, where we are right now, which is a wonderful, fantastic tool. I've learned so much from YouTube. I learned how to solve a Rubik's Cube from YouTube. You know, I learned how to use a sampler in Logic. I learned how to wire Reason and Logic together with YouTube. YouTube is a fantastic tool. You could pretty much find out any way to do anything on YouTube because other people have figured it out. Anyhow, that said, there's a degree of homogeny that ends up happening if you rely too much on certain sources. So yeah, a lot of guys my age, they learn from, you know, How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way, or Brutes and Babes, and Crash Course from Wizard, those sort of things. But I learned from a lot of the books my grandfather gave me. Sorry, back to the drawing. Let's get in. When I visualize, I lose it when I lose focus on detail and I get it on paper. I try drawing dreams I've had and I can't get it down quick enough. Heretic. That is the thing I teach in the free flow drawing system. One of the elements of the free flow drawing system, and I haven't got it down into a way yet where I can name what the thing is, what it's called, but it's the part where you are retaining the picture in your head long enough to hold it, almost as if it absolutely existed already, right? So what I use is something called image streaming, and image streaming is by this guy. You can look him up. His name is Dr. Win. That's W-I-N. Wenger, W-E-N-G-E-R. And if you go to winwenger.com and just look up image streaming, you'll see this thing called image streaming. What image streaming is for Dr. Win Wenger is completely different than what I use and how I hijacked it. But basically what it is it's hijacking your brain to basically think that visualization is a good thing and that it needs to continue to do it. So that's what it is. Like if your brain isn't doing it, then you need to hijack your brain into doing it more by artificially creating those circumstances. And that's, it's something that I'm learning right now. There's a book I'm reading. Would you say taller, pointier, with a scruffy chin like your old Batman? All right. Oh, you want some scruff on his chin? Let's do that. All right. Easily done. Scruff on his chin. Little shadow under there. There we go. But it hijacks your brain into visualizing more and more efficiently. And one of the things, like I've talked about this in previous posts, but it's a state of mind, right? The being able to draw like this without any outlines and all of that. But also and you'll hear me stutter and that sort of thing. And it's mostly because I'm learning how to talk and draw at the same time, which is also another skill that these streams are helping me develop. You guys are part of my growth, and like for that I'm extremely grateful beyond words. So you guys have to know that, like, for me to be able to do this and for you guys to be here to watch it happen, it feels very what is that word, synergistic, where each side is appreciative of the other. So I just want to let you guys know how stoked I am that I'm able to do things like learn how to talk and draw and have you guys here to check it out while I do it. So thank you very much for that. Put some bat gear flying off his belt. Again, some armor. Then we got to put the console in. It's weird. My family caught a cold right before I left for New Hampshire, and now I feel like I'm getting it. It's like that feeling in your uvula. That I'm feeling it, and I feel my sinus on my left side filling up. But I will hydrate and make sure that I can do everything I can, because these next 2 weeks are going to be intense. Between Doom Patrol and He-Man, like I said, I'm going to be pulling 16-hour days, at least a 16-hour day. Thank you, Mr. Oots. This piece is your guys' idea, man. This is just group manifestation. You guys are making it happen, and that's what it's like for me. Again, you guys heard me say how much I love music. Freestyle rap feels like that. That's why I like it when people throw words out, because it ends up becoming a group effort. I don't know. It's fun that way, and that's what I feel like this is. This feels like a group effort. You guys said, "Hey, let's do this, and let's put them together," and so that's what we're doing. So I'm digging it, being able to do it. And as soon as you said it, it was like I already had Ride in my head, and then and it was this sort of loosely based on what I'm seeing and we're all seeing happen right now, loosely based on that. And then the idea of gravy nunchucks coming in, I'm like, oh, that person can be swinging the gravy nunchucks. And then I was like, put them all together, cool idea. All right, well, it's Batman wearing a coat. What up, Squish? It's good to see you, my friend. So I think it, that's the other thing in the free flow drawing system, is having the ability to alter and change things as they're described. Like, it's part of my job as a storyboard artist to be able to do that. If a director, we've both read the script, and like I have my own ideas, being a comic artist and a director myself. I have an idea of what the scene could look like, and I have enough of a visual vocabulary and a cinematic vocabulary that I can understand pretty much when a director says something. But to be able to visualize it on cue is really kind of the value and why I make the medium bucks. That's why I make the medium bucks. And I'm very blessed to have it. We can go back again. I always talk about my youth, and I tell this story to anybody who'll listen to it, but it's because it's, as I get older, something that I strongly believe in. And what that is the hardships that we experience through our lifetimes are there to shape us. And I say that because when I was a kid, my father had us doing tons of chores, and that included Saturday morning, where all the good cartoons played. And thank God I got that portable radio from helping that guy that played the audio of cartoons. And thank God for the audio of those cartoons, because that made me visualize even at a young age. And I hated it at the time. I hated having to do chores while I could be watching cartoons, but at least I could listen to them, right? And here it is, years and years later. I'm talking, 35 plus years later, however old I am. And I'm using those skills today. So anyhow, I'm really grateful for that, because my livelihood and what I do and my ability to create. The other thing I'm learning too, as I'm teaching myself sculpting, is that I'm finding that the sculpting is helping me because it's helping me see behind things. It's helping me feel out the 3D shape even more. Because that's, some people ask me what the secret to drawing is, and I always tell them the secret is being able to see things in 3D space, and to be able to manifest those things as such. See, now I'm throwing down really quickly fast shapes. And these fast shapes are things that I'm seeing as I'm going here. So then again, so some of these areas here, I don't like, people ask me how often and how clearly I see things when I'm doing this stuff, and I always tell them it's a matter of percentages. So this thing, I saw a snapshot, I saw specific details, and then there's certain areas that I don't see details. Like underneath this, I don't see it until I get up under it. And then what I do is I recall things, right? I recall when I was a kid, 14, 15, till I was like 21, I used to ride a motorcycle. So then I go, okay, I remember that the head shape was like this. And then there was a round thing that went like this. And then over here, the foot peg went down like this. And then there was a frame thing that went like this. And I go, okay, that's enough to make that sort of believable as a flying cycle, right? And then we have to put other things under here. And then I remember, like, also as a kid, I was fucking crazy about aerodynamics. I go, oh yeah, I thought hovercrafts were cool. So then I think about like the blades of a hovercraft and how those look, but then I want to tech them out and connect them to the motorcycle. So how would I do that? How do I make these look like they're connected? So these are like some of the thought processes I go through even when I do this technique. And as long as I keep it within the confines of the space that we get, then the drawing works itself out. Leg kick. Great question, man. What is the most fun for you in the creative process? You know what, man? I like the question, especially because the answer is not a simple one. So for me, it depends, like sometimes I go, especially when I'm doing for hire stuff, I go through little different processes of like, hey, I wish I was inking right now instead of doing layouts, because layouts hurt my head, but layouts only hurt my head if I'm working from other people's stuff, because I'm essentially pulling pictures out of something somebody else is demanding, versus when I write my own stuff, I'm just literally drawing the thing I see in my mind, right? So I really enjoy the layout process. I don't know. I find ways to enjoy whatever part of the process I'm doing. But if I had to say, if I had to like gun to my head say, it's probably the conceptualizing, the coming up with the idea part. Executing, I think we've touched upon this topic before. What you are too busy to get it. What did you say, Andre? I don't know. I'm seeing your thing here. I'm trying to find what you're saying. You are too busy to get it, so I may drive up there and drop some off. I just finished mine, so I need more. I don't know what you're referring to, Andre. Perhaps I will. My brain is in a weird place.
the thing that I find though, and I've talked about this on the stream before. One of my chief goals that I go for right now is trying to find speed economy. And what I mean by that is not necessarily cutting corners. I don't want to cut corners because cutting corners, there's a bit of efficiency there, but like I don't want to cut corners in a way where it's cutting meat and not fat, right? Yeah, see, Ethan, you have it exactly right. And the other person that had said that, and I'm not equating myself to these guys in any stretch. It's just other than that, I feel the same thing. Hitchcock would storyboard out his movies, and that's where he made his movie. Same with like Da Vinci. Da Vinci would work things out in his head, sometimes do some sketches, and they would be realized. And to basically take that realization and manifest it, the physical limitations of this hand, this pen, this technology, those things feel like hindrances. So my chief aim and what I try to do is I try to find the fastest way to get the thing that's in my head out. And that, again, that's without cutting corners. I don't want to cut meat. I only want to cut fat. So I feel like the digital age is really great as far as doing preliminaries and things. You can print it out in blue line, you can ink it, or print out your pencils and send it to an inker. There are those sort of things. There's also methods and way of working, like you saw me do the big chunky stuff. Well, I found that I can capture and lay down my ideas much quicker. And when we started this drawing today, you saw me lay down like little not benchmarks, little landmarks of like, I knew the nunchucks were up here. I knew that this wing was here, this wing was here. Nunchuck swinging here, I knew his knuckles would be here. I knew his head would be here. I knew the basic shape of it, and that allowed me, when I put those marks in there, that allowed me to zoom in and go in for the nitty gritty details, like we're doing now. So this stuff here, and again, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a pilot. So and I lived by an airport, and I got to get semi close up to planes. And sometimes I would see when things were opened up. So like when I do this, and it's because we're going fast, and you know me, I have to have that 1.5 hour cap, because I got babies that I gotta get up in the morning, and they always complain about, oh, I'm so tired, give me 5 more minutes. I'm like, yo, dude, give me 5 more minutes. You guys have been in bed since 8. What up, Collection Connection? Jay Potts, I'm going to answer your question. Same with Lay Kick, but I want to give some love to Collection Connection. Collection Connection, you guys in the chat room, all 24 of you, all 23 of you that aren't. Collection Connection is my friend Nathan's channel. It is awesome. If you love all things comic books, action figures, if you're a collector of anything, this is the channel you need to be checking out, you know? You have to. What up, Michael? Hello again, my friend. You need to check it out. You need to see the G.I. Joes that he's involved with. Very, very detailed stuff. A lot of love and care. In fact, I'm such a fan of the show that I'm going to make a theme song for his intro. That's what a big fan I am of his show. So you guys do yourself a favor and check it out. Let's check out the other kicks. What are you saying, Andre? What are you talking about, though? I see, I'll take some too, but I don't see what he's talking about. I feel like I missed what Andre was saying. The world building, yes, exactly. Do you have any characters in mind to create your own comic book story and do an Indiegogo campaign? Leg kick? Yes. It's called Black Flag. I'll take a second right now to show you guys what Black Flag is. I know a lot of you guys know, but let's go to ye old spinner rack. past some classics, and let's get to this one right here. This one here is a comic called Black Flag. First put out by Image Comics in 1993 as a basically a beta test, a test out the field like a pilot comic. And if it did well, we would turn it into a comic. And it did well. And I had, we talked about him earlier, Mr. Todd McFarlane inking me on this back in 1994. So those are the characters, and that is the campaign that will be coming out in 2020. Let's see. Let's get the question. Why does it always have to be better in your head than on paper? Jay Potts. This is something that I attack in the free flow drawing system, and the portion of the free flow drawing system that will help you hold what's in your head longer. There's another portion which is about collecting observational facts about things that will make them more resolute, and your retention of the idea of that thing in a whole body way. I know this sounds like goofy mumbo jumbo, but like not just the way it looks, but the way it feels, and you connect it to an emotion that you had as a child, or the smell of something, like the smell of motor oil when you're looking at an engine. And then when you draw an engine, you call upon those things like the smell or the way it made you feel, or the sound of the radio in the garage. Like, these are all crazy things, but they help you reinforce the idea of the thing you're going to draw. And that's a major portion of the free flow drawing system. Like a Bronny James, Dio, I'm Holy Diver, talking to the man, Van Skyver, keep this like Frankenstein alive. I'm a baby, nah, baby driver. We be driving down the boulevard. My rhymes are coming quick, yo, my rhymes are coming hard. Yo, we flow, yo, weekend. We talking about my man Ethan. Oh, comic book secrets, professional. Cause you know I'm dropping now. Shitting on fools like a seagull. Oh, you know ain't talking no boy, it's a Monday. What I say, we got coats and darks when I'm drawing, when I play, yo. Yo, who will save me when I'm spinning nunchucks and they made out of gravy? Oh, damn, riding a bike. You know I'm sobbing, this ain't Goblin Green. Nah, I'm obscene. I'm sorry, man, I just lost my shit. Dan did a rap about me once. I wish I could get a theme song. Comic book, artist pro secret. There is a thing. I know you are a believer like I'm a believer. And the man says, knock on the door if you want to come in. Just like Paul McCartney in Wings. You knocked on the door, bro. You know what's going to happen is I'm going to make a song. I'll write the beat. All the music you're hearing on here is 100% Fragaboom. I got a beat. You ever need a beat, I'll make it. If you ever need lyrics, we'll do it. We'll do it together. I know you're a keyboard man. You play some keys on the shits, man. Especially if you have Logic. If you have Logic and you have the MIDI input and you send it over to me, I will just drop it in a track and we'll lace it up. I like that idea. Manuka Honey. Yeah, man. Andre. Alexa is all up on me. Alexa, cancel. Manuka Honey. I have some. But probably not as good as yours. Mine is the 16. I used to have some 250, but the 250 is not around anymore, and it's very expensive. All right, let's get back into Batman. What am I doing? All right, we're back. Here's Batman, swirling them gravy nunchucks. We need to put some more of that stuff. And that's the other thing I see in my head. He's obviously spinning them clockwise. They're going this way, right? Because the gravy is trailing that way. All right, so we're going to get back under this. So as I'm drawing these motor parts again, thinking about when I was a kid, when I used to ride a motorcycle, but then also the other thing I think about, because I drew this thing sort of like an insect, is things about insects that I thought were weird. So sometimes I think those egg sac things are weird, right? But if I put these egg sac things under here as if they were impenetrable fuel cells. So I put like little bubbles in there like it's fuel. And if we were to color this, which we're not going to do today because we don't have the same time that we did in Room of Doom, I would color those up. Now again, in a thing of efficiency here, it'd be like cutting corners, but also not cutting corners, because it'll help value-wise, is to come into here with a bit of shadow, right? The old when in doubt, black it out. But I'm not in doubt. In fact, I just know that it just needs that to give it that sort of that weight and value. And the thing I see in my head is that way. And you guys know, like I said, I've been studying putting more value in things in my work. It's difficult though, because all the guys I was a fan of as a kid, almost all of them are linear guys. What up, Rodwell? Welcome, my friend. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming in and saying hello. Rodwell is one of our dudes, one of the regulars. There we go. So again, we go for something like this, we could go with symmetry and kind of reference the other side as we do it, right? We don't have to do it exactly, because again, it's like a feeling. But if I could show you sort of the grid that I see in my mind's eye, and you guys know I do this every now and then, I'm seeing like our eye level is here, so everything is doing this, okay? I'm glad you didn't miss out either, dude. We've been going an hour and 27. I know I said I cap it at an hour and a half, but we're going to go until this thing is done. Now, this wouldn't be Batman without that on it. And then we're going to do some Mobius style battle damage, right? Which is just dits and dots and little curly lines like this. Great thing about digital too is you can go in and hit up spots a little tighter if you feel like they need it. And I feel like this bit in here, I want it to feel real, sort of like clustered tech. So I'm gonna get in there with a little bit of detail and go in there. One of the guys that's really good at that, and I don't mention him a lot because he just never has been, and this is not a slight on him because I think he's fucking awesome. But Mark Silvestri, he's never been an influence of mine, but I respect him, and he does some amazing shit, and he does it better than anybody else. It's just like in my lexicon and vocabulary of things, it's a set of words that I don't use, the style he draws in. I don't use or subscribe to that newsletter. But he's dope. There are things that he does that are pretty cool, and I like his shorthand, especially like his biotech and that sort of stuff. I lied about my perspective shift. See, those should be going the other way, like this. See how just the direction of rendering, even though we're underneath here and we're putting that value in, give a sense of speed. So the guy who taught me that is one of my old best friends, the late great Michael Turner, and he taught me about rendering and how he sees rendering, and he taught me this, right? He said if you have a cylinder, right, and let's just do it this way, right? Let's say here's the horizon line. and that's above the horizon line, that's below the horizon line. He would say you have a light source, that thing casts a shadow, you'd have that shadow, but you have the rim light. But this is where the getting gets good, right? As you go, if I'm gonna erase these, this rendering, you'll see that the rendering turns, or at least the contour of this thing turns, right? So if you're gonna do that rendering, you want to pull that rendering this way, and as it flattens out on the horizon, it's gonna go this way. And also you can throw in some straight lines like that. But essentially that's what he does. And then the floor is going to give you some reflected light. That's why you get this thing rim lighting, and then you get that light source, which creates that hard light there. Anyway, that's one of the lessons my buddy Mike gave me way back, and I'm eternally grateful for that, because it gave me a lot of perspective on things, man. Yeah. Anyhow, that's the thing. As artists, we absorb, we take things that are that work for us, and then we don't keep the things that don't. So render this bat in, and then to give it some speed. Hey, yo, it's the 28th. I hope you're feeling great. Yo, I came to here to devastate, break your mind, illuminate your creativity. And I like the feedback that you're giving me. Yeah, you're in the room, you the dudes. You're the motherfuckers put me in a good mood. Sometimes I'm tired, I want to retire. But you motherfuckers, y'all give me fire. Hey, off the top of the dome. See, I told you I was going to rap. Sometimes you guys are like, nah. We're not even going to give you words. We don't want that rap shit. But I'm gonna. What up, Blast Shield? I know, man. I said 10 o'clock last night on my feed. But I was so very fortunate to get the work I needed to get done much earlier. Thank you, Kevlar. I was actually thinking about you when I did all the dark parts of this, like the other night when I did the Batman and the tank, and you're like, yo, it'd be really good if you blacked out that blah, blah, blah. I was like, he is correct. He is 100% correct. All right, I'm going to throw a little bit. See, I like the balance of this cape over here. Thanks, Kevlar. That was a lot of fun. And big thanks to Rooster Puncher for filming that footage. It was a fun party. The company was wonderful. Art G. Kundo, that is 100% right, my man. So then, here's the other thing. We talked about this the other day when we saw that McFarlane Green Goblin. And one of the things that I really dug about his Goblin is, like, right now we could look at this Batman and go, oh, he's going yeehaw and he's going in a straight line. But if I was to take this smoke trail, right, I'm gonna draw this smoke trail mad fast, because that's how we do. And I gave it a up, down, swing over, and back like this. Watch what happens. The dynamics change. It looks like he's fucking Buck Wyland, right? Bing bong, the bells chime. Like this. Like this. He came from fucking way up there. And I imagine the thing sounds just like that. Like, it's not, it's like some shit that he's testing out. It's like he's got millions of bucks or billions of bucks because he's Bruce Wayne, billionaire. And then for this smoke, we do a little bit of this. Give it a sense of more volume because I just threw in the shape there, right? And then we do that separate layer shit because I want to do a moon back here. So I'm gonna throw that shape, and I call it a circle. Bam. And I'm gonna move that circle to where I need it to go. I want it right there. And then we erase out the parts of the, oop, that's too big. Forgot the eraser that was that big. We erase out those parts. Boom, boom, boom. Support that part. Erase out the part that is overlapped by Batman and the smoke. Boom. Reduce the opacity on it so it's way back there. And it is a design element. We merge it down. And that's it. We got, we should probably put that splash of that gravy following. Some of that gravy is just fucking flying off, man. Just boom, gravy for everyone. There we go. So sign it up. Make it bigger. Sign it up. 10, 28, 19. Dark coat ride gravy nunchucks. Other people won't know what the GN means, but here we go, man. Here we go. Dark coat ride gravy nunchucks. So there you go, guys. Real happy to draw this one. This one was a lot of fun. Thank you again for making it a fun thing. A glass is raised. Let's raise a glass to each other. Thank you guys for joining. We're all doing the same thing. That's unity. That is unity. We're doing it. I hope you guys had a good time. What I want to do right now, because I'm feeling like I got some extra minutes, as long as I'm in bed in 20 minutes, or at least going to bed in 20 minutes. I've got it, because I get up at 5 again and do it all over again after drawing those 61 panels today. Not all comics, so just remember, storyboards I can go a little looser than comics. It's probably the equivalent of like 15 comic book panels. Let's see. Anybody have any question? That's exactly what I was doing, Kevlar. That's exactly right. It's that's the thing I like about Hobgoblin. He's never just like, he's like, like, it's just fun. It's more goblin-like, throw the air quotes out. It's more goblin-like when you're able to do that. And you guys have kids? I want to show you guys something. On top of drawing all the things I drew today, I had to repair this Nintendo DS XL. It was last weekend. It was Harrison's birthday, and he was running with this in the driveway. And as I was saying the words to him, "Son, you probably shouldn't run with the..." It flew out of his hands, through the air, bounced on our driveway. And when I found it, it had a major, first off, it had like, scuffing right there. But the one that was like major was this crack right here. And it doesn't look as major as it did, because this morning I repaired it the best I could with all kinds of things, crazy glue, toothpicks, acetone, all that. So now it's fully functional. But these are the things you do as a father to make things work out for your kids. Do you guys have any questions at all before we close out? Because that's my favorite part of the show. I mean, I love drawing for you guys, but I also like being of any assistance that I can be. You can ask any question about anything, especially art related or comic related. If you want to hear a comic related story, if you want to hear some comic related advice, art related advice, art materials related advice on just being a human being. I have experiences in life that might be helpful, but I like to be able to answer them. So if you guys have anything, let me know. If not, we'll call it a go. I want to thank all of you guys for stopping by. I want to thank Comic Book Pro Secrets, or I don't even know how to say your name, man. Comic Artist Pro Secrets, and for stopping by, man. You guys got to check his channel out. He's got some stuff. I mean, like I said, we've talked about all kinds of stuff today. He and I had a nice conversation today. I realized like there's a couple people I need to, I don't want to say patch things up with, because it's more about they should know how I feel, and I want to patch things up, allow them to patch things up with me, if that makes sense. It was a good day, very busy day. Like I said, what is it? It's going on 11. So 12 plus 5, that's 17 hours, going 17 hours straight. Rodwell, do you prefer drawing on the iPad or on paper? I absolutely prefer drawing on paper, 100%. That said, though, the efficiencies that drawing digitally provides in a production situation far outweigh my desires and pleasures I take from doing it on the real thing. And some of what I do to kind of meet a compromise is to draw it digitally, print it out on actual paper, and ink it on paper. So I'm kind of handshaking it a little bit. All the work that I did on He-Man #1, which comes out November 20th, I forgot to plug that. November 20th, He-Man Masters of the Multiverse comes out. The 13 pages that I penciled and inked, I penciled all 20, but 13 of which I inked. I penciled all of them digitally. Richard Friend came in and inked the other 7 digitally, and he's inking the rest of the series. It's a hybrid. I wish I could do Black Flag traditional pencils, but I know that I need to get it out of my head and get it done. And we talked about that a little bit on the stream today too. Getting it out of your head and getting it done, and like efficiencies. Like for example, let me show you. What up, Matt Yackey? It's okay, man. Let me show Matt Yackey what we drew today. Let's do it for Matt Yackey. I feel like Matt Yackey should see it. There we go. Let me add it in so Mr. Yackey can see it. Mr. Yackey, here's what we drew today. We took the and it was a great idea from Jason. I had the idea of Ride, and I said gravy nunchucks earlier today, and they said throw the gravy nunchucks in, and then Jason said add the 2 days I missed in there. So I put the Dark Knight wearing a coat on a ride with gravy nunchucks, going out for a little late night spin. I think he's looking to, mash some potatoes. J Potts, my pleasure, man. I'm glad you learned. That is the point of my channel. If you guys look in the About section, the idea is to illuminate and ignite creativity in others through example, through my example, through the example of the people that come on this show, the people I've interviewed. It's to get you up and going, and to know that your ideas actually do live and can come out of you and happen, and that you need to just do it and not have any excuses. I know I've had my share, but I've overcome a lot of those things, and I'm here to be your Lewis and Clark, who has gone through that savage territory, and to show you, hey, don't go that way, go this way. Again, these are the opinions of my own, but I'll just tell you, the last 10 years have been a lot easier than the previous 18 as far as my professional career, and I learned a lot, and I'm more than happy to share it with you guys. Michael Acker, I'm going to teach you real quick right now since you've asked. You said bad noise. Who's bad noise? You said Cloud City. Who is bad noise? When you bring up Cloud City, man, that's some code word shit. God damn. Pardon me, Lord. You brought up Cloud City. Who is Matt Yackey? Okay, bad noise. I'm going to guess it's my other brother. It has to be because, like, not a lot of people know about Cloud City. Michael Acker. Okay, I'm going to tell you image streaming right now. You say in depth. I will give you in chin level water, not full depth, but chin level water. And I'll explain it quickly. So the reason we can or cannot do things is due to conditioning. And that's with any case. Like if you wanted to run a marathon today, you probably couldn't. But if you condition yourself in about maybe 3 months, you most likely could. It's about conditioning because our bodies are that way. There's an elasticity and an adaptation that we take in many ways to carry on things. All physical disabilities aside, and I don't mean, everybody and anybody, and I apologize if it seems that way. So, the ability to hold something in your mind is about what you tell your brain you want it to do. They say, as man thinketh, therefore he is. So the things you think about, your thoughts are things. Before there was ever a chair, you had to think about a chair. In order to think about a chair, you had to have the capacity to think, need to sit, need this, how is this, what do I need to hold it up? All those things. Those are all factors. We take them for granted because they've been around since we were born and way before we were born. But somebody invented a chair. Rewinding. Image streaming is like jogging or conditioning for your brain to be able to visualize things in a holistic way, not just with your visual sense, but in all ways. And the way you do it is you take something like, oh, what up, Andy? That's my dude right there. That's my brother, Andy. I'm like, man, you threw down the words, Cloud City, who is Matt Yackey? You're like, damn, It's good to see you, man. Zaid, what's up, dude? So you get yourself something like a phone, old school tape recorder. I got mine at Radio Shack back in the day when I started trying out image streaming. This is before, I learned about image streaming way before Jungi, and I was doing it for the applications that Wim Wenger had discussed in his book, The Einstein Factor. If you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend The Einstein Factor just because it is a exquisite piece of work that will make you a better thinker. Image streaming. Get yourself a recording device. The reason you need a recording device is you need to make a record of the things that you're going to do, and it is pretty much the linchpin, the pivot of all things image streaming. So you get yourself a recording device, find a comfortable place. This is my comfortable place here. This is where I meditate. When I meditate, a place that you feel comfortable in, you get as comfortable as you can. You hit record, you close your eyes, and you say what you see in your mind as it's happening, like a vivid daydream. And the main thing about it is that you describe it in every sense that you can in the present tense, as if it is happening to you now. So if I was to close my eyes right now, I smell the smell of iron and rust. It's a flat door. I'm not going to get into it, but like that's what I see immediately. But you go on like this, taste, smell, sound, feeling, all those things, and you just do that for like 30 seconds, but you record it, right? So then you take that recording. Once you do that 30 seconds is how you start. You can go up to 5 minutes if you want, and those are like heavy lifting workouts if you think of it in like a physical workout way. You do you record it, and then you play it back to yourself. Wait like a couple of minutes, and then play it back to yourself, and close your eyes. And when you play it back to yourself, and you listen to what you had said, do the best you can to replay the sensations and everything that you experienced when you said it. Okay? That's step 2. Okay? Step 3, you do it again, but this time get something to write with, not something to type on. And there's a reason for that. Writing is slower. Okay? It's slower than typing, and you want it to be slow, and you want it to be something tactile and something that is kinesthetic, something that you feel, something that's connected to your body in that way. It's clickety-click isn't the same as writing. So you transcribe, and this sounds like a long-winded, crazy thing, but I'm telling you, I'm the proof. Okay? I'm the proof. If you guys want to know, I am the fucking proof that this works. You transcribe what you recorded. I smell iron, whatever I said. I smell da-da-da. Now, the reason for that is, let's say, like, I remember my first image stream vividly. I was, like, running along behind a mouse in a field, and he was kicking dirt in my face, and he went into a barn and went into a crack, and I looked up, and I could see the light trail and all the dust and all the little streamy things, like a movie. Well, what happens when you transcribe it is you're basically transcribing, but you're freeze framing those moments, because you're like saying, I'm running behind a mouse as it kicks up dust. Pause. And what happened, because you visualized it and you listened to it and visualized it, as you're stopping and writing it, you're actually pausing that moment and seeing that picture in sort of a pause, and your brain does it in an idealistic way. But you can also, because you're transcribing the whole thing, you're able to move in and out of it like a pause button. And at a certain point, you get to a point where you're able to move your mind's camera. Like if this was the event, originally you were here, the camera is pointing here, you can start doing this. Closer, further, that sort of thing. You can start going, oh, what if there was no dust? What if it was on the moon? What if it was this? And you literally start configuring things out. And that toolbox that fills all of those visions is the step 1 that I was talking about, the active observation. Look, it's active observation, the act of active observation. It's taking in something and looking. Like when I look at this whiskey, I go, what makes that a glass of whiskey? Obviously the cylindrical shape, the transparency, the refraction of light in there. If I was to color, it's the amber color. It's where that bright light is hitting the bottom, and there's a refraction on the surface of my desk because this is shiny. Oh, that's shiny. There's a grid. That means my vanishing point is there. I'm literally like collecting that data. So if I ever had to draw this and color it, I can also move around because I'm also absorbing the space. So that is your chin level of image streaming. I hope that helps. Let's see. Bro Hams. Record everything. Anyhow, my friends, we have time for one more question, and then we're closing out in 5 minutes. So if any of you guys have any questions, now is the time. Michael, Hands of Sin, my friend, you guys check him out on Instagram. It's Hands of Sin. Some really fantastic artwork. He's Michael. And I know I asked you this before, and I fuck it up every time because I have a last name that gets butchered, so it's my curse to butcher people and understand. Acker. I want to say Acker, but then it's probably Aker. Who knows? But Michael A. Hands of Sin. Check out his stuff, please. All right, we got time for questions. Clearly, I have my glass. I can see that we're caught up with the glass, which means you guys can ask. If not, we're going to say a big peace out. For some reason, my Fragaboom intro is no longer on this phone. So I'm gonna have to, when I peace out you guys, I'm gonna peace out with Harrison shaking his booty as Pikachu. That's what's gonna happen. Alright then. Right? I know I need my sleep. I'm gonna sleep and then I'm gonna get up in 6 hours and do it all over again. You guys be well. Be good. Actively observe, man. That's one of the things. And each day maybe I'll drop some breadcrumbs on how this is doing. And one day it'll be a 3-hour video, because literally if I was to show you guys all of it, it'll be about 3 hours. But actively observe. Notice where your vanishing point is. Notice where the shapes are. Shapes are in relationships to each other. Where is the light? How is the light interacting? What is the texture? You know, have like little checklists in your head. And eventually, much like driving, and I've used this example before, when I first started learning how to drive, I said to my stepfather, I said, how can you do all of these things at the same time? I'm checking my mirror. I'm watching my speed. I'm, making sure, and I was driving a stick, making sure I'm in the right gear, keeping an ample distance between. I said, how do you keep all of these factors in your mind while you're driving? He says, oh, eventually it'll become second nature. You'll be eating a sandwich, talking to somebody in your passenger seat and wonder how you got to where you got to. The same holds true for everything I'm telling you. It may seem like a lot at first, but eventually it'll become second nature, especially this active observation. It's very crucial. And also, what's great about active observation is once you start doing it, a lot of the things that you recall, especially like from your childhood, like I said, I used to ride a motorcycle. I haven't looked at a motorcycle engine intimately in probably 20 years, but I know them so well because I was around them, and I use that recall. So anyhow, you guys be well. Enjoy Harrison Danger as Pikachu shaking his butt for you. You have been watching the Couch Doodle Show with your host Fragaboom, comic book veteran, artist professional of 28 years, here at your service. Thank you, gentlemen.
Hi, I'm Pikachu. Let me do something. Shake, shake my booty, booty. 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 Like that.
Pikachu!